We have a Western tradition, so a double Western tradition, let's say, more toward the French. So in France, I mean, I am speaking of France, with Debussy, Ravel especially, who are the most representative composers of a kind of French tradition, although the word tradition cannot exist for France because there is no tradition. You have individuals. You have Berlioz as an individual, then you have a big jump. You have Debussy as an individual, you have Ravel as an individual. You have always individuals. You have no tradition like in Germany, where, you know, you have certainly a kind of relationship of generation to generation, which develops between Bach and Wagner, for instance. And in France, we don't have that. And there was, anyway, this kind of French focus, let's say. And then, apart from that, you have a strong influence, not at all of the Viennese, between the German-Austrian culture, apart from Wagner, but between the German-Austrian culture and the French culture, there was no tie at all whatsoever in music, in literature, in the arts generally. The painters of Austria, for instance, important painters of Austria, were discovered long after they were dead. So, I mean, and there is still no connection. There is always something. We are careful with this tradition of central music, but on the contrary, the outside, let's say, like Stravinsky and Bartók, were adopted very quickly in France, and that was a very strong influence, not only on me, but I mean generally on the music of the young composers, especially in my generation, because we discovered it. After the war in 1944-45, I mean, we discovered everything suddenly. All the things were not performed. During the war, I remember not a note of Bartók was performed. Stravinsky, very little, and not the main works. And of course, the Viennese school, not at all.